Okay, sorry. So basically, um, I kind of fucked up this video before, so I had to. This is my second time recording. This is my second attempt. But basically, I'm posting this during the week of week 5, but I'm gonna be talking about week 4. But in week 4, basically, they were just talking about. She talked about, I guess, not reading as much and just kind of like doing things, on the outside, which I have actually. Let me not say I feel like, but I have been doing a lot actually. This week has kind of been hectic, but she talked about that, and then she also talked about, like, just buried dreams that we used to have as children and everything, and really how I'm feeling in week 4 doing this course. I'm not gonna lie, my mindset feels a lot more open. Like, I don't know what it is and I can't explain it, but as I've been going through this course, I feel like I've been getting kind of lost. And not like in a bad way, but in a sense of like my mindset has reached this perspective or this sort of outlook that I can't really explain, but I know it just makes sense to me. And I think right now I'm starting to realize so much about myself. I'm starting to realize so much about, the type of life that I've led. And I'm starting to realize that, a lot of things start with you. A lot of things start with the way that you approach it and how you carry yourself, and how you take care of yourself. And I feel like I'm looking at things from a more inward perspective instead of a outer perspective. And I feel like as these videos get progress, I'm starting to talk more and more like in code to where y'all might not understand what I'm saying when y'all watching this shit. But I guess that's just a reflection of like where I am, like with this all. Like, I'm definitely in a place where I'm just kind of where I just feel like there's so much information that I'm getting that it's kind of hard to just put into content form, but man, I will say though, this book has done some to me. It has done something to me. I don't know what, but it has. I didn't think it would, but you mean, hey, I guess this is how it goes, right? But I don't know. I feel like I've just been thinking a lot about, my life, and where I'll end up. To be honest, I just feel like I've been going through emotions so much, and that I haven't really even took the time to think so much about the future. But I know one thing for sure is that I'm doing the best that I can to handle my part in this relationship that I have with the universe. And I feel like that's all you really can do, like with everything in my life, music, all of that, just I have my goals, I have my dreams and everything, and those will always be there. But I got to understand that my dreams and goals are all results of me handling the what I need to handle on my end and trusting that God will do the same. And don't get me wrong, like I'm still day by day working on hammering that into my mind to where it just comes second nature, you know. But what I can say is that since I've been telling myself that, and since I've been training myself to think that way, I can I can notice how much more I'm able to take more action, keep a cooler head with things, figure things out a lot better, like even just from a practical standpoint. So I mean, I think I am still working on applying that in certain areas in my life that I want to apply that to. But day by day, we just gonna keep going. We just gonna keep doing it and just keep figuring it out along the way. But one thing's for sure is that I'm definitely in week 4. I was definitely feeling this sense of openness, and I felt really light. That's one thing too. I don't know if that makes sense, but I felt really light along the way too, and that's a feeling that is new to me, because usually everything feels like it's weighing me down. And I've also noticed how much more I'm putting myself out there in little ways. And I noticed that my conversations with God and the universe become more clear and much more natural. And it's crazy because the more I think about where I was, a couple months back versus where I am now, since I've started reading this book, since I've started, applying some of the things that came out of the book into my life, it's crazy how I am where I am now, and I know that in time, if I just keep doing what I'm doing now, and I just keep at it, and I just just build and build on it, maybe I can end up somewhere that I've always wanted to be. I'm not saying that it'd be the only place, but maybe my reality will transform into a life that gives me a good start to get to where I want to be. Who knows? Like I used to always feel like I needed control over my life, because I just didn't like the idea of simply living and abiding by the rules of the world and not getting a say so. I didn't want to allow the world to tell me when to be myself. I didn't want to live, allowing the world to tell me when to be honest, when to not be honest. I wanted to do what felt right for me. So, just thinking about all that, like I know it's things that I still got to work on about myself that are still holding me back, or I feel like are some things and habits that I need to break, and I will. And I'm I am trusting this process, and I am trusting these moments. And instead of focusing on where all of this, me recording these videos and doing all this, instead of just trying to focus on where to take me, my goal is to focus on just making every chance, opportunity, moment I get, making the most out of it, and using it to mold me into the person that I need to be in order to be in alignment. I think that's another thing that's been pretty big in my life. Being in alignment, being in alignment with the things I would like to bring into fruition, being in an alignment with the higher power, you know, and being that version of myself that I would be if I were living the life that I wanted to live, you know? So that's that. And sheesh, I mean, niggas gotta hit the hay in them a little bit, but I wanted to knock this video out because I gotta do some more reading. So, yeah. I catch you niggas, you know what I'm saying? Week 5, you know, update y'all, you know. And yeah, catch y'all later.